with me. You guys want to know something funny? I decided for this video I would think, hey, what would look the most gay? And I'm like, a vaguely alty teenager with pink hair and frog earrings. Oh my god, I just realized that I move around my hands while I talk, and I decided to hold the microphone like this. It's literally the microphone that's meant to be on tables. I don't know why I set this up like this, but I'm not changing it. First of all, it is a weird question, as I'm pretty comfortable with the identity I have for myself right now. And we'll get to what it is in a bit. But it is my label under the gay umbrella, which is different than the gay agenda, which I'm all a part of. Because I'm your band comrades, we will take over everything. We have taken over Lego, we are after you too. Ooh. Anyway, I was thinking of how I fit after watching the Jaden Animations video called Not Being Straight, which, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. It's really good. Like, what are you doing? For these purposes, I'll just say that Jaden came out as aromantic, asexual, or aroace for short, which means you look at all people and you're like, why is nobody attractive? This is according to one of my friends who is also aroace. I am not, so I'm pretty sure that's accurate according to them, so. And yes, I know it can be more nuanced than just no people, neither relationship nor sex. I want none. It can be more complicated than that, but that is not in the preview of this video. That is the basics of what it means. Anyway, I heard a lot of people being mean to her, like in the comments and on Reddit and wherever. And my brain, who actually is part of the LGBT community, was like, oh no, for Jaden. And the part of me was like, who likes drama, went, let's go! I didn't find much because, like, you know when you go into a comment section and you see that all of the people who are being assholes probably had their comments deleted by now because you could just see people responding to them and they sounded like they were assholes according to their responses, but you don't know what they said, so you don't know for sure if they were assholes or not. Yeah, that. But I did find this one comment, and that's what inspired me to make this video that is now turning into my existential crisis at 11 o'clock. I didn't find much as far as hate goes because I found a lot of people of the comments already deleted. So I found like remnants of it, of people responding to them, but I couldn't find the comments themselves, so nothing to say about there. But I did find this one commenter who said something of, I'm happy for Jaden, stuff like that, but I feel like they're clickbaity because they used the rainbow flag and that was for gay people and they're not gay. And I'm like, what? No, the rainbow flag is for the whole community. We had the inclusive flag to be more welcoming to trans and BIPOC people, but that's not what it means that the rainbow flag itself is inherently exclusionary to anyone who isn't just straight up gay. It's still inclusive to a lot of different people. We're just being more inclusive now because there are some people being assholes before. But what really interests me is, what about the word gay? Is it just for homosexuals, or is it more broad than that? What does gay even mean? According to Merriam-Webster, shut up. I know what it sounds like, but I promise you, I'm going somewhere with this. Gay means of or relating to, who or characterized by sexual or romantic attraction to people of one same sex. Well, that sums it up, right? Just people who are the same gender, like homosexual people, are gay. But homosexuals are not the only people attracted to the same sex. hetero and homo are not the only options. They aren't. Don't think they are, you idiots. They aren't. I know, right? Bi and pan people existing in this economy? There's simply no way. It's fine, I look like a rich, acted, 80s glam star. What's it called? Was that an 80s kid show called Glam? I don't know, I'm too young to know that, but oh no, I'm making people feel old. No, but bi and pan people are still highly erased. They are. This is pretty obvious with stars like Lady Gaga. Did you know she was bi? This can come down to the word gay as the second definition from Merriam-Webster says, of or relating to and intended for people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, etc. Which, this is a more broad version. So is coming together a bad thing as it erases our identity and leading to the bi erasure? Or should we come together to fight the rude old Alabama hicks or people in my backyard? And honestly, my answer is, no. Like, it depends on what it is, let's be honest. For example, gay rights, we should of course come together. And I apply on one thing, but it's great to have a separation because not everyone's going to fit one label or another. Nothing is a binary gender. Bisexuals themselves have been protesters and activists within the gay rights movement almost from the very beginning. I want to highlight one of my favorites. Okay, her name's Brenda Howard, who is a polyamorous bisexual feminist who ended up organizing the first Pride event to celebrate the anniversary of Stonewall. She got arrested multiple times throughout the year, like a badass, to help with anyone who is downtrodden, and was known as an in-your-face kind of activist. Like, we all joke about the be gay do crime, but she gay and she doing crime. Like, man, how cool, right? But what if somebody says, what is your sexuality? I would say, but gay is also culture within it. Like before, when I said be gay or do crime, or when in the beginning I said I wanted to dress as gaily as possible, so I dressed it kind of alty and had frog earrings. Even though that's also a bi thing and a non-binary thing. It all molds together, but we all have our separate cultures as well. For example, bi and pan people have stuff like cuffed jeans and not being able to sit in a chair like a normal human being. I like my jeans cuffed, and sitting in a chair is hard, so I relate hard to those. It really does depend on the situation. But here's the thing. I'm not bisexual. So, yes, I am, in fact, asexual. Yeah! Fun fact, did you know that bisexuals kind of had a really interclose tie to asexuals for a long time? Because they both viewed genders around the same. Either one had all the attraction to the genders or no attraction to the genders. For those who don't know what asexual is, it is the urgent field to take over Denmark, Canada, and the whole world. We're coming for you. Oh, and it's also just not having sexual attraction to anyone, but mostly taking over the whole world. This is different than libido, which was described to me beautifully, so I'm just going to repeat it as having everything working right, just not pointed in any direction. Now that we understand what asexual, or ace for short, is, we're going to talk about how it fits into the gay. Looking back at the two definitions of, or relating to, or characterized bisexual or romantic attraction to the person of one same sex. Or of, or relating to, or intended for people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, etc. They really don't fit into gay, do they? Except whatever etc. means, but that's not really that clear, is it? The problem is actually indicative of wider asexual exclusion from the community. Since aces have a tendency to not be as obvious and kind of overlooked, they're not as outwardly oppressed as other groups. And therefore, some people who look at the LGBT community as solely as oppression could say, hey, these people aren't oppressed, so why are we letting them into our group? Which, let's not play oppression Olympics. If we did, let's be honest right now, trans people would probably win, but it's them right now, but who knows who will be the next time. And it doesn't really matter, even in not obvious ways. We're all oppressed under the idea that there's this hegemony of straightness that you have to be, and anything outside of heterosexual is the abnormal